In this week's Bleach, some sacrifices are made.
You can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs.
Bleach chapter 603, What the Hell, picks up with Bach's hand glowing and Nimaiya considering what exactly he should do, since all the information he has on him is from the fight from 1,000 years ago and from the copy from the first invasion of Soul Society.
How am I gonna get out of this? Think.
He knows one swing won't be able to do the trick, so he's got to be able to dismember one of his arms. He decides that it's a good place to start and prepares for his assault.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
The cage then erupts with extremely bright lights. It cuts back down to the Sternritter where we see a long trail of blood leading to a pile of rubble where noises can be heard.
Can a guy get some privacy?
Bambietta, who I thought was blown to smithereens, is having her flesh and blood eaten away by Giselle.
If it makes you feel any better, you taste much better than we thought you would.
Bambi tells her to not take so much since she doesn't want to die yet, but Giselle starts smashing her head open, telling her she's already dead.
Do you think you can bring the dead back to life? No, I didn't fucking think so.
She demands her blood to be returned to her, but she realizes her head bashing has officially killed Bambi.
Ah, she's alright, you tell me. Tell me she's alright!
But this makes her hug Bambi and claims she's so cute when she's dead and she loves her so freaking much. Latoto is watching this whole thing go down.
That is sick.
The two reconnect as Giselle wonders what happened to Latoto's face. She tells her about how Pepe screwed her over and she had to eat the fat bastard who tasted awful.
He was a big dude and a big meal.
Giselle asks about Candace and Menina's, and Latoto says Candace was taken out, but Minnie had to be dealt with after Pepe took control of her. She's not dead, but things are going to be rough with so few of them left.
I guess you're really up shit creek.
Latoto suddenly has a gun pointed at her head as Commissioner Gordon has arrived, and we confirm he is indeed Sternritter N, Robert Accoutron.
If you're looking for marshmallows, there are none.
He reminds her that Bach left for the Soul Palace, meaning they were not chosen to be taken with him. Latoto doesn't think anything of it since they can keep fighting here and wait for him to return. Robert disagrees.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber.
He screams about how oblivious she is to the fact that they've been deemed unnecessary for the upcoming battle. She has no idea the terrors Bach is capable of. The Sternritters exist for him, and those who are portrayed as unnecessary become fodder for his Oswalin. At that moment, a light approaches them.
Holy Mother of God on earth and in heaven at the exact same time.
And after just learning his name, but not his powers, Commissioner Robert Accoutron is vaporized.
This is not a good look for me!
Latoto and Giselle try to dodge the light, but even their Volstandig wings start to disappear. We see others are being affected by the light, including Nanana and Baz.
What the fuck?
Latoto cries out to Bach and asks just what were they to him.
You're nothing to me now. You're not a brother. You're not a friend.
He calls them comrades who help each other as he revives each of the Sternritters Nimaiya took out. He tells them to go forth as the real fight is about to start.
Now, shall we begin?
Alright, I have mixed feelings on this chapter. It was way better than last week's, but I find myself having problems with it. Bach has now gotten rid of the powers of all the Sternritters in the Sternritter, which basically means there's no one else left for the remaining Shinigami to fight, not to mention the Fullbringers and Grimmjow who should be making a return. Unless Bach has an ace up his sleeve and reveals in some way he has some more Sternritters, the battle in the Sternritter is done, and the rest of the fights will be done in the Soul Palace. We didn't see Nanana's powers, Baz's fight just abruptly fucking ended, and Commissioner Gordon finally got a name, but we never knew his powers and he got absorbed. This whole thing just felt so rushed. I mean, what in the actual fuck?
Hey, watch the language. This is a kid's show.
And just like that, the elites who were one-shotted are brought back to life at the expense of some Sternritters I'd rather see stay alive. I'm guessing that this will give them a huge power-up, meaning Nimaiya won't have as easy as a time as he did before with them. You can see they're in Volstandig, so that's not good. I'm willing to bet 3 of the remaining 4 in Squad 0 will jump in the cage to help Nimaiya, but I foresee them struggling. Then when it looks like all is lost, Ichigo will show up. Seems like the standard run of how things go in Bleach.
Why don't you
fuck off.
So I give this chapter a 6 out of 10. We saw some of the Sternritters were still alive in the Seirete, but they were stripped of their power to help resurrect the elite Quincy's, and frankly, at this point, I think Bach is a huge douchebag. For my question of the week, what will happen to the remaining Sternritters in the Seirete? Powerless, will they just surrender and possibly join the Shinigami due to Bach's betrayal, or will they just be immediately killed? Favorite comments always featured in the next review. Here are last week's winners. Alright, that does it for me. Remember to leave your thoughts on the chapter and answer to my question in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more weekly Bleach chapter reviews. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Hummingbird, and Deviant. Links always in the description. Hope every one of you has a great Halloween this Friday, and I'll see you next week with the Elite rematch with Nimaya. Peace.